Welcome to Attican Plays Medieval Dynasty. Alright, hi, this is Attican and welcome to Series 1, Episode 12 of Medieval Dynasty. It's actually earlier than I intended to make this in terms of how much gameplay I've done. The reason being that the development team has just put out the pre-beta or beta, early beta, whatever you want to call it, test version that you can opt into. It's a closed beta, and I have done so because there's some tremendous functionality in it that has really changed the gameplay. So let me show you what I'm talking about. It's a lot of it has to do with management of these buildings and the functionality of the building. So let's look at, for example, good example, woodshed 2. Okay, let's look at that woodshed. This particular one has no workers assigned right now, but look at what we can do now. Now we can proportion how much of your time are you going to spend on logs, how much are you going to spend on sticks, how much on firewood, how much on planks. Okay, planks are brand new. Planks we use to build roofing now. So like when we build a nicer home, the roof up here has a little bit of logs, but mostly it's planks, which makes sense. That's what they look like. Hey, Lamberta, how are you? So, but the whole thing is you can control now to an extent what gets mined. For example, the mines. Here's a very productive mine. We've got a level 5 and a level 6 miner out there working. Mederica and Lamberta, the lady we just saw. And you can control the output. So I'm saying I'll mostly want iron. I still want some salt and I want some rock because I'm going to keep building houses and do other things with the rocks. But iron is the heart of my money and I want iron. And if we go to a warehouse, let me run over here to the warehouse. You'll notice it's moved and it may move again. But this warehouse is a level 3 warehouse now. Very, very nice. And I'll come back to that woodshed in just a minute. But if we go to our warehouse and look at our iron, look at all that iron. Now, remember in the last couple, I've been talking about how you can go out and mine by hand and really get your economy going by mining iron and then coming back and making iron arrows. Well, yes, you can. As a matter of fact, if you notice, we've got plenty of money, and but now I don't even have to go out there. And that one mine is just pumping the iron in here because I'm telling them to focus on that. Give me a little bit of salt, and I may turn the salt off for a while, and then give us some rocks. So they're focusing on that, and it's actually working. What I notice is the productivity is actually working. Now, if you'll notice, I've got some people here with poor happiness. What happened was I built another house, and what I've been trying to do is move all the people out of these crap little stick houses like this one. I think this is one. No, that's a workshop. Into the nicer stone and log houses, the real house. And I had one where I built a house thinking I could move two men who actually lived together into that house. It would only let me move one. So no matter what I tried to do, and one of them came out homeless. And sure enough, what happened was these numbers, everybody started diving, and he was diving first. And I don't know if this was intentional or not. I kind of hope it is. If you have a person who's homeless and really his mood is really bad, he starts poisoning everyone else and they all drop because, again, I tried to build another house for him to get him coverage so that he would have a place to live, and it ended up I couldn't get him to move in, and sure enough, he eventually left. As soon as he left, all these numbers have started going right back up the way they should. You can see the people with the kids are the happiest. That's a pretty consistent pattern. When they have a kid, that's when they're the happiest. Mom here should be happy, and she will be eventually. She'll get back to it. But it was getting really bleak. I mean, even our little kid was very unhappy. Everybody was unhappy. That guy was dragging everybody down. I hated losing him. He was like a 5 extractor. But as soon as he left, everything got better. So anyway, with that update now, we can actually manage what's going on. Like we can say, okay, in the hunting lodge, let's see what we can do in a hunting lodge. Yeah, we can say, okay, we want you to get meat or salted meat. So what they can do now is we can say, spend some of your time and salt that meat and send us back salted meat, which of course lasts longer. We could tell them to look for leather and focus on that or whatever. Right now I've got them turned to full meat. And let's go look at our food storage. Right here's one, I think. Yeah, see, now we're getting really good meat. Oh, we've got rye. Now we've got rye coming in from the field. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And there's that salt, the salt problem. We'll take that salt out and put it into storage. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is this thing actually works now. And in fact, that 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, so I said I wanted to try to automate the whole process. Well, that's what I'm trying to do right here with our buddy Jeremiah. So Jeremiah Mira is assigned to our smithy. She is our smithy. And she's not overly qualified for it, but she's okay. So here's our smithy. Whoops, sorry. Wrong button. House, smithy. Here's Jeremiah. She's a level 3, which is not awesome, but it's not awful. And we've got her set making the stack of 50 arrows. And what I've seen is when people level up, she was a 2, and that says 0 per hour. Why does that say 0 per hour? Let's look into that, because if you'll notice, I've got some iron right here, and I've got some sticks right here. I had a whole bunch of them I was used to make a bunch of arrows. I took a whole bunch of arrows to town and sold them, and basically wiped out all the money in Gostovia, most of the money in Borowo from just a few trips. Trip per vendor to each one, running back and forth from our sales warehouse, and the next thing you know, we're golden. And paid the taxes on top, paid over 3,000 coin in taxes, and came out ahead by several $1,000s. Okay, so we can see here, look how much the happiness has gone right back up, even in a little bit of time we've been talking here. So what do I want to show you today? Well, I've moved this over here. I've got the warehouse over here, and I really intend to move all the production facilities over here around it and keep the housing up there around the tavern. Not that it makes a lick of difference. The only thing to me that matters efficiency-wise is having your resource storage, your warehouse, near your production businesses, your production shops, for your own benefit. When I do stuff as a character, I want it to be quick and efficient and zap, zap, zap. The NPCs don't care. Once they move toward their work, they're working and they're producing at a certain rate. And I think what I started to say there, and I cut myself off, was if we look at the smithy, if we look at Jeremiah, she's now a level 3. She started out as a level 2. When she was a level 2, worker skill power of 2, she was making 0.2 an hour. And now she's making 0.3 an hour. So if we keep sticks and iron in there, she's going to be making us our money. And in fact, I actually think that as she levels up particularly, that she would make enough money just on those iron arrows, doing it automatically. If all we did was sell those each time we needed some cash, I think we wouldn't even have to make trips into town ourselves, other than to just sell those goods that she's creating. I'm saying we wouldn't have to make the big run and do the mass iron arrow making anymore. so so now I feel like the economy has been somewhat automated. And again, as she levels up, I'm just going to leave her on that unless I come up with a really good crafter out there somewhere. And it's unlikely. I think 3 is about the highest you can draft anymore. And we've already got a 3, so she'll level up and get better and better and make more and more for us, and we'll make more and more money. And again, our money's not the game. The game is not about money anymore. The game now is really about just how do you want to build your city and all that kind of stuff. Our farming's working great. We can match up. See, what was the other thing? Oh, I wanted to show you. Sorry, I wanted to show you on the woodsheds. If we look at the woodsheds and we look at this one that's working here, and now that I've lost the guy, I've only got one guy, but I've got Albrecht who's up to a level 5. And I've got him set. He's doing 30% on logs, 20% on sticks. We need sticks for pickup for our iron arrow industry. 40% on firewood and 10% on planks. The planks we need for building. So he's a level 5. He's actually producing pretty well just by himself. And if we had another person to put on there with him, we could certainly do that. And I think the fact that now they're working so much better, the productivity is much better than it was prior to going to this release. Like this mine is probably enough. I could probably go out to that mine and knock them down. I probably will not need. I was actually the reason I built 3 before switching to this version of the code was because the productivity was so poor, even with 2 good decent workers on it, that I felt like I needed a whole bunch of them to really rock and roll this. But now I've got 2 skilled miners working in that mine up there at where is it? It should be the one up in that nice valley near Baranica. And so we're getting plenty of iron, all the iron we can use. So we're good. I think I may even go back to actually just playing the game a little bit and showing you gameplay versus these summaries, because the game now works. I mean, to me, it works. This is how I saw it working long ago. This was the plan all along, was to get into an economy where my settlers, my villagers were doing enough productivity to allow me to just go do other things. Now, I have to admit that to some extent the other things aren't as much fun to me. Like, I find the building to be a little bit clumsy. A placement of buildings is extremely clumsy, and you notice I've kind of given up on the roads, so much so I'm going to delete them. I don't like the fake roads. I don't like that farm, the farms or fake road kind of thing. That doesn't do it for me. So I'm going to go into destruct mode. And where's that road? I want to get rid of this road right here, which means I basically have to delete this farm. This fake farm. And then we'll go down here and do the same thing. There we go. And what I'll do eventually is take out that storage right there. That's a food storage, and move it maybe over where the production stuff is. But I'm kind of seeing if I'm going to stay in that house, which I may not, I may move again. But if we stay in this house, I really want everything close. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's okay. Never mind. We're all right. We can stay in that house. We can keep our storage over here. And any more shops that we build, like sewing or whatever, will be near that resource center. And if I was going to do it again, I would take that and flip it around so that it's facing this way where we're going to build other stuff. But now we have rye, and we can get into flour and just all kinds of cool stuff. Okay, now before I forget it, this may seem like a strange transition, but I do want to correct one thing I said in I think it was in episode 10. I said that these 2 didn't actually have a function. They aren't upgrading. I was confusing myself. They aren't upgrading to take like a simple house to a regular house. They don't do that. What they do is if you go into an upgrade mode, you go over here, you see we need daub. So you can take daub and improve your walls. that's the idea of the upgrade. You can upgrade the building itself and make it even better. See, look at this. Let's see what we do with the wood up here. Well, that's hard to get to. Yeah, we can even put daub on the wood, and I think I'm assuming what it does. It's made from clay, and I'm assuming the idea is we're sealing the cracks and making the building better and more comfortable. So to that end, I've added in another excavation shed right out here. And if we take a look at it, we can see we have Bolomira, who's not very skilled, but she'll improve. And she's out there getting us clay. So we're getting 2 clay an hour from her. And by the way, at level 2, we get 2. And I think it would just go right up, in a straight line progression. If she's a level 6, we would get 6 an hour. So that clay is then harvested. It's in our warehouse. And if we wanted, we could go into the barn here, which needs a little repair, and go into crafting and make daub out of straw and clay. So as long as we're keeping straw and clay in our warehouse, we could assign a farmer to work in the farm and make the daub, which we could use to upgrade our houses. And I'm going to do that. I mean, I'll probably do it myself to start with. So I'm going to go grab some straw and come back there. I'll be right back. All right, so I've grabbed some straw and some clay. We have in our inventory here, we got 36 clay that has been gathered out there for us. And I gathered up 120 straw, overkill, but no matter. And this is the kind of process I would use, like even for the iron arrows if I'm doing it by hand. So we would go here and say, okay, make as much daub as you can. It can only make 3. But again, what I would do now, when I finish that, I would drop the daub and the straw here so that I could easily get it and do some more. And then I would just go get more and just keep going on and on and on and on with that until I had the amount that I want. And I'm curious now. This I haven't done this before, so I want to go look at our house. We'll upgrade our house first, of course. We're going to grab our hammer and go into upgrade mode. And 6. Looks like 6 all the way. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 24. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We need 14 times 6, 84. We need 84 daub in order to upgrade that house. So I think we'll see if we can't put somebody. Let's make sure we're getting plenty of wood, even though we don't have very many people working. Our food is way down right now. Why is that? That's interesting because it has been much higher. I did sell a bunch of food because it was we were getting a lot a little bit ago. Let's see what's going on here. Oh, we got plenty of meat. We got plenty of cabbage. And I've got that rye I need to deal with. I want to move that rye back over to the barn. And let's just thresh out some rye grain. Why not? Okay, we just made a whole bunch of rye grain, and we look. If we just take a quick look, we've got this daub, which actually is we could sell daub for a good price, and the grain actually sells for a good price. So that's one thing we could do with it. Let's see what else can we do with this stuff. I believe there's another option here. Animal feed, fertilizer. Stop. Okay. Oh, here it is. I went too far. This is what I want. We can make flour out of the rye grain. So let's do that. Let's make 25 flour. Okay, so we have created 25 flour. We still have 6 rye grain left. There's more. I couldn't carry it all over. But now let's go see what we could do in the tavern. If we went to our tavern and we look at the assignments, we could make, for example, flatbread with 3 flour and 3 water, which is highly nutritious. We could make flatbread and add onions to it. Multigrain, let's see, we probably got rye. Yeah, we could make rye bread with the rye grain and flour and eggs. It's getting complicated, but we could up our ante on the food, and we'll eventually go there, I think. But for now, let's see. Let's put this stuff in the warehouse for now. All right. So now we appear to have an economy that's actually working. Look at the food. That's because our Hunamir got back to work, and I'm assuming he's made a whole bunch more. He's made more pottage. Let's go double check that. Okay, I think given the amount of foodstuffs we're getting in there, all that meat that's coming from the field and all the cabbage, to keep up with that, I want to have another cook. I mean, we could help, obviously. We could do mass cooking of pottage or whatever. But I think I want to recruit another cook, because we should be able to afford the person. But before I do that, let's see what the house situation is. We have no empty houses. We've got a single here, which is, whoops. We have a single here. Wolrad, a guy. He could use a lovely lady to live with him. And we also have here Hunamir, our innkeeper, wouldn't mind having a roomie, I'm sure. Okay, let's see what we can come up with. So let's I'll tell you what. Let's just make a little profit run somewhere else. Let's go up to our mining facility up there, and we'll do some recruiting, and we'll do some sales up in our mining operation. And I'm gonna go for a swim. Notice I'm using a bow now. I understand they kind of nerfed the spear, so I'm just going to have to learn how to use a bow. It just isn't that hard, is it? The only thing, I'm just not quick enough with it yet. If he charges me, I would be concerned. But if he's dead, it won't matter. Okay. Oh, and by the way, thanks to Paul for pointing out that I could turn off the head bob so that my character doesn't bounce up and down when he's running and stuff. That's much nicer. Where's our arrow? We lost it. slow, too slow. That's the hesitancy. I just don't quite have the arrows down yet. I'll get them though. I'll get them. Okay. Fox, you got away on a technicality, buddy. Ooh. I was running and I used Spidey sense to see if there's something ahead of me, and there was that fox. Now when we come up over this rise, I'm going to use the Spidey sense again before I go over the top to make sure there's nothing nasty on the other side of that. It looks good. There's our village. We could go. Let's go see if there's anybody recruitable over here. I think we'd like. I don't know for sure if it forces this, but I think it'd be safer to have a female who's good at crafting would be ideal. She's a 1. That's pretty. Well, that's pretty not ideal. But on the other hand, she could develop. She's a 3 farmer, but we've got her. We could put her in the farm. But I think if we can craft. Oh, she's 90%. She's crazy about us. All right, Lorelei, you come on down. And Lorelei, you can become. Well, first of all, let's see. Did you go into a house? Lorelei, what did you do? She's in a house. She moved in with somebody. It's kind of hard to. How do I know? I'd like to be able to. I wish the houses had names so that you could tell what's going on. It's a little hard to. I find it clumsy to try to figure out what's happening here. But anyway, we need to give Lorelei a job, and what we want her to do is be a second cook. It's not her strength, but that's what we want. So we want to assign Tavern 2. Assign her as an innkeeper. And just to confirm, let's make sure we ended up with 2 people working in the tavern. Yes, we've got Hunamir, a level 3, Lorelei, a level 1, and we're going to be making pottage. Okay, good deal. Now let's go out, we'll spend the night. Do we want anybody else? We could actually use another wood chopper would not hurt us. We've got, let's see, woodshed, 1 of 2. We've got a level 5 out there doing extraction. Yeah, let's get him a buddy. Let's see if there's any extractors here. Oh, this guy's a 3 crafter. Ooh. And a 3 crafter, a 3 hunter. What did I say? Extraction? Anybody extract? Nope. Man, nothing great at extraction. Oh man, a 3 crafter would be nice. Now, what is? Let's look at our lady who's doing the. Here, Jeremira, what is she at crafting? She's a 2, so we could upgrade that, and we could move her to farming or hunting. See how Ulrich has gone up to level 5 as a farmer? We've just stayed consistent. That's what he stayed on. We're missing Hermenegilda right now because they've had a baby. She's had a baby. She's a level 5. Metarika had a baby. Now she's back and doing great work for us. Olaf is up to a 4 farming because that's where we've had his focus. I mean, we could go out. Jeez, we could go get more food. We could go fish. I actually have a fishing hut set up just to see one, and I have nobody have it. I don't think I've ever used it. Don't need to. We got so much food. We you know. Well, let's just make sure I don't have anybody unemployed, and we'll leave things. Okay, we got a baby and a child and our son. Assume it's son. And we'll leave all that alone. Do we want anybody? Yes, I do want. I want another extractor, even if it's not their strong point. Odoric is not bad. Let's go have a chat with Odoric. Sure. Nice weather, isn't it? Yeah, good. Nice weather. Yes, it is. I'm creating a settlement. Sounds like, thanks. Welcome aboard. Okay. That was easy. So Odoric is going to become, even if it's not his, oh wait, let's make sure he's in a house now. Odoric. Yes, he's in a house. He moved in with somebody. And let's make him, let's put him on the same woodshed. As a lumberjack. Okay, so now we've got another lumberjack going. So we should be getting planks and sticks and logs and firewood. And now we can, okay, that's been a fruitful recruiting trip. Now we can go out here to our little mining base. And I think we'll do something unusual. I think we'll actually go to sleep a bit. But here we've got our campfire that's always there. We'll light that up. We could use some food. Let's just cook up that meat. And this is where I was. I'm really tempted to put a food storage out here so that I can easily. The other thing I could have done that would have been smart, I could have taken some pottage if I didn't want to carry it, put it in the warehouse, and then gone up here and taken it out to eat. That would have been. I'm just not that smart. But that would have been a really smart thing to do. That way I'm not having to eat this two nutrition roasted meat. I could eat 30 nutrition pottage and contribute the meat back into everybody else. So let's have dinner and hit the sack. Okay. All right, good morning. Third day of summer, and what we want to do now is make some money and do some recruiting. So let's see what we can do for money. Well, we can grab all those iron arrows. They only weigh 2 pounds in total. That's all that we need for making money. Honestly, that's it. We don't need to take another thing. I think I will grab 3 of the, well, how many? How much leather do I have? I have 4. I'll grab 2 of these. Whoops. And I'm going to make some simple bags. Okay, let's run up. Well, you know what? In fact, let's go back to the village we recruited in last night. We have so many iron arrows that we can absolutely make some serious cash here. Inventory. I just want to take a note. We have 444 arrows. Well, plus 46 that we're carrying ourselves, but we'll sell the 444 or however many they can handle. We got 31,106. So let's just see what happens here. If we go up here and visit our friend Lubomira, oh, she wants something too. That's tempting. Nice weather. She's not happy. Should we? Let's do the wares first. Let's sell her. She's got 1,490 coin. Now she has 6, and we still have half our sellable lot of arrows left. So that's a pretty good deal. Now, we could get some linen thread. I think I'd like to make a crossbow, or we could get, let's see, flax. If we buy some flax and build a sewing center, let me hang on one second. I got to do some thinking. All right, let's drop out of her for a minute. Let's go look at. Oh yeah, the building limit. How many buildings? Oh, we got plenty. We can build a sewing center, and we can make our own thread. So we could buy flax cheaply. We could buy thread for quite a bit more. Do it. Let's just buy the thread. I think I'm gonna buy 10. I don't think it takes quite that many to make a crossbow, but that's okay. So we're going to buy some from her. Now we can actually sell her some more arrows, take all her money back. So we still got 89 left. We've come out ahead on money, and we bought some expensive thread. So that's a pretty good deal. Now let's see what she wants. We may or may not take it. Strong man. Let's see, is this summer? It is summer, yeah. Summer, we could probably take this. This is the one I warned you about, the quest that if you take this in the spring, it doesn't work. So let's just see what she wants. Journal, mouths to feed. Let's track them. 6 meat and 3 berries. Okay, all right, good. So we're going to need to go hunting real fast, which is no big deal. And we're going to want to pick a few berries. We're still in summer, so we should be able to find ripe ones up here on this hill, I would think. And we could even make more money if we want to. Why not? We could see what else we want to sell. Look at that iron. Look how much iron we have. That is awesome. Look at this. More iron arrows. Our worker bee back home has made more arrows for us. So we'll take those. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That'll do. All right, let's head up the hill. We'll hunt and sometimes there's some rabbits up here, but that's about it. Oh, I forgot we're looking for berries, aren't we? And we're looking for the man with the money bags. There he is. Hey, Norbert. He likes us too. How you doing? Nice weather. He really likes us. Hunting. See, even though he's 100, we're getting approval, so we are going up. He's done talking. We're done talking. Iron arrows. He's got 1358. We took quite a bit of it. Anything else? You can have some fur. Okay, nice to see you, Norbert. I think we're recruited out. That was a very successful night in the other village. So let's go hunting. Let's look for berries and game. And I think I see berries. Yes, I do. Should be plenty. Oh, they're unripe. Oh, this is still spring. Oh no! I thought this was summer. The summer is the gold color. Shoot. I have done it again. I have fallen for that trap. Let's just see if we fail this quest. I'm gonna go get the meat. Well, actually, we can tell by looking at the journal. One way to tell. See, we have 0 berries. Bless it. It's like a sucker bed. They sucker you into that one. Oh, look at that. Ooh, a Wizened with a bow, man. My bow skills are pretty weak. Do we dare? Sure we do. Oh, there's a boar over there. Well, that's a dangerous spot right here. I don't want to grab his attention. I want a headshot. It must be a headshot. By the way, it wasn't a headshot. It grabbed his attention because he came charging at us. But we were all right. We're far enough away. We had some time. Can we get that arrow? Yes. Like a little bunny rabbit. And there's boar right up here somewhere. I see him over there to our right, but let's just double check out here. Okay, he's over here somewhere. There he is. Make sure he doesn't have a buddy around him. I missed. Didn't miss that time. Lost another arrow. Oh, there's another Wizened, I think. Yep. I'm going to get in front of him so that we can get a good shot at his head. And he's moving, so we're going to have to run fast. Good grief. The deer, easy pickings there, but I like this one right here. Again, poor first shot, but no problem. It still isn't instinctive for me when I'm doing the bow, the spear. I've gotten used to it. It's just I know exactly what to do. So when they're charging me like that, it's no big deal. But with the bow, I still haven't quite got it down. There's a little bunny rabbit right there if we want him. Got too close. There's a fox right there. That's pretty easy. Pretty easy kill, really. I want that arrow. It's underneath him. I don't think we're going to get it. One of those mystical spears. I'll take that. In fact, I'm going to make it number. What in the world's that? I'm going to make it number 2, just in case I need it. And I'll sell it if we get back to a vendor or to a trader. All right, now a couple of problems. One is, because I've goofed up here, it's the last day of spring. I was thinking it was the last day of summer. And so we're not going to be able to give her the meat. Okay, what was I saying? I thought it was summer. It's actually spring. It's the last day of spring, worst of all, because now we'll end up back home. So, you know, we can hunt our way there. We can do, whatever. I could use some hunting practice, but I don't. The hunting is awesome when you first start, and after a while, it's just something you do. All right, let's grab our bow. Let's get that guy right there. Should have said that gal right there, and let's see, we leveled up, so we've got another hunting skill. So I definitely want that one. I want the 3 of 3. I explained in an earlier video that was a mistake that wasn't already at 3 of 3. The tracker is awesome, but I want that 3 of 3 before the steady hand. What's steady hand? Oh, you aim better. No wonder. Yeah, I definitely want to work on that. That's a great one. But what I'm finding with the steady hand is the whole thing is get your aim right where you want it, then pull your bow back. Don't pull your bow back and have to strain and hold it. Let me see if I can walk through it on this one. We're going to creep up close. Then we're going to get the aim. That's the shot we want. Then you just pull it back and let it go. And that makes it easy. If you pull it back and then try to aim while you're holding it, you start losing all your strength and you get weak and you start shaking and you can't shoot. And the next thing you know, who knows, you're sending an arrow off into the unknown. Let's see, where are we? Oh, we're all the way down to Borolo. Huh. We got anything to sell? A little bit. Now, I'm hoping they fix this so that this mouth to feed will not be a loss as soon as the day changes tonight, but I don't know. How are we on plantain? I think we've got plenty. Yeah, we're good. We got 26 meat already. Jeez. Not really. Doesn't matter where we are, does it? And someone had asked, and I have tested it, others have replied, if I don't go to sleep out here, you still transport back to home. So at the change of season, you will always go back to your house. And I understand if you happen to be homeless, you will, at the change of season, you will go back to the starting position of the game, which is kind of right in the middle of the map, south of Borolo, up on that hill. I guess, I don't like doing it, but we could just pick unripe berries and sell them. Why not? Let's grab our knife and do the Zorro thing. Hit the right key, man. There you go. It just dawned on me, I don't think they're, until tomorrow, they're not going to have any money to give us anyway. Look where we are. We have wandered around and ended up at our hunting lodge. Maybe we could repair it or upgrade it. Let's see. What can we build? Hunting Lodge 2. I think that's a Hunting Lodge 1. Let's see. It is. What if we made that into a Hunting Lodge 2? Hopefully it won't take straw. We'll see. Have to be a little careful out here. There are boar close by typically. All right, so that was a race to see if we could get that done in time. We did before the night was over. The thing is, all that rot tells me a lot of meat stayed out there in that chest, and that probably says we didn't have enough storage, at least at one time. But it also concerns me that the meat is being put in the chest rather than coming to our, well, I guess it's food storage. I think we had a food storage issue. That wouldn't shock me. Okay. Let's pick up those sticks because they will be useful tomorrow. And let's do this. Let's wrap up this episode by taking a nice sleep. We deserved it. Let's have, oh, we need some water too. We need some water, and in fact, I've even let my health slip because of the lack of water. Okay, let's, oh man, we have berries, we have meat. Oh, if I could get back to her, how far away is she? Wow, 600 meters. Could we possibly run that fast? because she will wake up if we get there. If we have an open quest with her, we can wake her up, and that way we would have this thing. Because there were some berries. I guess they were ripe berries in the. Yeah, we have berries. They were in the chest out there at the lodge. We may not make it. This is going to be close. I think she's in here. Which one is? There she is. Come on. Ah, crap. Which one is it? It's her. She won't talk to us. Doggone it. We're so close. Wake up. Oh, it's Lubomira. That's the wrong person. Get out of the way, buddy. Oh, we're 300 meters off. We gotta go to that other village. Oh, man. I hope that little break didn't cost us. I do think another change they've made is you can run a little bit longer. I think probably a lot of people are complaining about all this running. You can run a little longer before you get exhausted, which is very useful. Okay, where is she? Where is she? Oh boy, come on, come on. Yay! We made it. All right, had to make it. Whoa, that's a bear. That doesn't seem right, does it? Does that seem like a defect to you? That seems like a defect to me. That's got to be wrong. A bear. Is he dead? Did he chase us all the way over here? I don't know how that happened. And guys, how can you stay so calm with all that going on? I did hear something over there. I wonder if that bear actually chased us all the way over here and I didn't have enough sense to know it. Well, I think it's time to go to bed. It's just got to be really, really close to the next day. We barely made that task. That's an interesting way to hunt a bear, I have to admit, with his head stuck in a door. Let's cook 10 of those just to take the edge off in case we can get that done before we go to sleep. So that was productive. We made a bunch of money. We bought some thread so we can should be able to make a crossbow now back home in our smithy. And what else did we do? Oh, and we completed the quest barely in time. Oh, we got some berries to eat. Why not? There we go. Now let's go to sleep and call it a night. Call it a season. It'll be summer now. Hey, Inga. Her mood is 71. She's gotten much happier. And see, we can't change her mood, but we can. Can you help me something? Need to rethink my talents, heal my wounds. We don't need to change anything right now, but thank you. It looks like we can alter them. I will have to experiment with that later. Anyway, that's been a big day. Now, I think I'm going to go ahead and go back to the kind of play style, maybe fast forward through the traveling and stuff and the repetitive building and stuff, and just show more gameplay for a while until we get to some other concept. Or to another point where there's a bunch of things to talk about as a summary kind of a thing. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Medieval Dynasty video. Thank you.